these are what my green chilies and my onions, my roasted onions and green chilies and the jalapenos. Okay, now what I'm going to be doing is basically chopping my green chilies, and I want to make sure that I keep my jalapenos separate. I'm going to be dicing these now that they're roasted. I want to get them like that, maybe even a little smaller. Think about the can of green chilies you get when you're putting some Mexican food together. That's what I'm making. And it's very important. I do some with garlic and I do some separate, but when they're all in a jar after they're canned, they all look alike. So you want to make sure, and there, so you can see different pieces. You want to make sure that you're getting the right ones in and that you're marking the top of the lid before you even start canning them. That way you know what is inside them. So I'm going to finish all of these and I'll be back. Okay, that's how much I've got of the green chilies, and that's how much I have the jalapenos. So I'm going to put those in the small jars and get them ready for the pressure canner. Just took them out of the oven, and I'm going to fill these with the jalapenos. Now I could put some oil, and there's oil in them. I could fill them up with some water till they get to the proper headspace. And because I'm making jalapenos and green chilies, I want to make sure that I am labeling the label before I put them in the canner so that I don't get it mixed up. And it's basically just put in the funnel, because remember, any regular canning jars will use a canning funnel. I think I'm just going to put this a little bit, fill up those jars a little bit more, and then I'm going to start on the chili peppers. Okay, so you want 1 inch headspace. I got some of these a little too full, so I don't want them that full because they might not seal. So if you get them overfilled, just take it out. I've added a little water and I'm using this as the 1 inch headspace. So I want to use a non-metal, and you want to debubble everything in there. So sometimes the water will go down when you're doing this. You'll have it up there, you'll notice it. I put some water in here, but I don't want a bunch of water. And now you're noticing there's not as much water at the top of these as there is in here, because I'm getting that all down inside, and that's what we want. We want to make sure all air bubbles are out, every place is filled up. You see them a light green now, but once they cook, you're not going to see that. So now I'm going to wipe the rims. I'm going to wipe the rims. Just going to go in here a little hot. Just to make sure these are centered. And then I take it and just that tight. Just till you feel it tight, not screwing it down. Making sure this is center. Right there is that first little, and then just another notch. And these are ready to go into the canner. So I've put the pepper in these. I filled it up to 1 inch headspace. I'm going to bubble. I'll wipe the sides of them. I'm going to take them, make sure that is centered on there, and there. All of these are ready to go. Okay, so I've got 12 And you want to make them all the same even, because I'm going to put a divider in here, but I got 12 of those in. I put 3 quarts of water. And now I'm filling up again. If you are able, and this is kind of off center, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it that way. And if you can, see there's a gap here. Try to put the jars opposite of where they are on the bottom. Oh, I wish I could get more in here because I got my peppers. Then I'll do my peppers on another round. Okay, I'm going to try this for the first time. You basically need to make sure that you have something between the jars. They can't sit right on top of each other. So I'm going to use our little metal tray from our toaster oven. So that's the sound that you want to hear, and it's 35 minutes from that sound. Okay, this is what they look like coming out of the pot. And some of these, the rings are just loose on these. So I'm hoping they sealed properly. I mean, I'm moving that all around. I don't know if they just because they're so small, but we'll see if they sealed. And I've heard some pings already, so that's always a good sound. And just to show you, this one did not seal. So that one's going to go in my refrigerator. And look at them peppers. So now we're prepping the carrots and the beets, and those are going to go in next.